All right, this is lesson 23, representations of data. So graphs are visual organizers of data. While there are many different types of graphs, this lesson will focus on reading bar graphs, line graphs, and circle graphs. These are three of the graphs that are represented on the Keystone exams. Okay, so bar graphs. A bar graph shows the frequency of occurrence of one-dimensional data. These graphs allow us to compare groups of data and to make generalizations about the data very quickly. So example 1, the bar graph below represents the number of pencils a teacher handed out to students by grade level. So answer the following questions about the graph above. About how many pencils are handed out to ninth graders? So I come up here, I look at it, oh, it's somewhere between 80 and 100. It's about middle, so about 90. Okay. And how many more pencils are given to 10th grade students than 12th grade students? So I look at 10, so it's really close to 60, but it's more than halfway, so it's probably about 55. 12th grade looks about halfway between 20 and 40, so about 30. So according to the graph, about 90 pencils are given to 9th grade students, and 10th grade students were given about 55 pencils, and 12th grade students were given about 30 pencils. The difference is 55 minus 30, or 25 pencils. Line graphs. Line graphs are two-dimensional graphs that compare two values at the same time. They're read similar to coordinates on the coordinate plane. Both the x-axis and the y-axis represent values. The line graph below shows the value of a car over 6 years. So at 1 year, it's 20,000. At 2 years, it's 15. 3, it's about 12-ish. 4, it's about 14,000. 5, it's about 5,000. And 6, it's below 5,000. So about 25, 3,000, somewhere in there. Okay. So what is the value of the car after 3 years? So according to the graph at year 3, the value of the car is about 12,500. For B, what is the change of value between year 1 and year 5? Well, year 1 is at 20, year 5 is at 5. I subtract them, I get 15,000. Pie charts or circle charts. They look like pie. Pie charts are circles that are divided into wedges that represent data. Pie charts can be misleading if the percentages they represent do not equal 100%. Therefore, pie charts can only be used to display data that represents all options. So in other words, questions that have a finite number of options, yes, no, or maybe. Okay, so example 3, 80 10th grade students were surveyed to determine their favorite course in the high school. The circle graph below represents the result of the survey. So if the 10th grade class is 250 students and the survey is representative of the class, about how many students chose history as their favorite class? So here's history down here at 22%. From the graph, the percent of students who chose history as their favorite class is 22%. I substitute the percent into a proportion along with the number of students as shown below, then solve for x. So 22 over 100 equals x over 250. I cross multiply, so 100 times x. 22 times 250 is 5,500. I divide by 100, so x is 55. So about 55 students chose history as their favorite subject. All right, that is the end of lesson 23. Go ahead and work on the exercises below.